So Josh, let's bring this to the systems level. If a workforce board wants to modernize, what's the one system or process they should tackle first in your mind?
Here. The first system to tackle is our mind. I think when I actually initially came to JFF, I came to JFF and JFF Labs specifically to kind of ask this question around how could the workforce system modernize? How could we become more innovative? And Melanie, I'll be honest, a lot of my kind of hypothesis there was around the use of new tools, new technology. Really, how did the world of digital, present new opportunities for, the workforce system to become less archaic? And we're going to get to that part of this conversation, but I just want to share with everybody on the line that the aha I had in talking to so many workforce leaders and those that were really known in the field to be doing things differently, they thought differently,
Mm-hmm.
right? And they were taking more risks. They were seeing beyond just the federal WIOA program and were really starting to talk to partners in their community. We're engaging workers and what they weren't doing well. We're getting in touch and
Mm-hmm.
weren't really complacent with staying out of touch, as somebody in the chat said. So I think this path towards modernization and creating better systems and developing a strategy that's more responsive to the era that we now live in, I think starts with mindset. And starts with leaders who are willing to shake up the culture. And I think the fact that everybody here is on the line and wants to be in this conversation is a first step. I think Melanie, more specifically, when we talk about what systems to modernize or where can we start kind of applying a new approach, I would say for everybody, start with the front door and the first impression first. We can apply that both to the job center, right? Is like, what are some of those things that we can really do just in terms of thinking about what happens when that person walks in? What is that experience when they're getting, through, whether it's through, through the intake process, through their experience with that counselor? Is the first person they see coming into the job center a security guard?
Mm-hmm.
So I think there are really some things there if we really think about, that first impression and front door. And for the workforce kind of directors on the line, same thing can be said about your website, about how businesses find and interact with you and your staff. This isn't easy. I mean, even JFF struggles with, clear step processes on how to reach us on our, through our website. But I think that, Melanie, is one of the things I've most universally seen across workforce boards that have made major kind of modernization improvements in service delivery and data collection and operations. It really starts with those questions of how do we fix the front door first and make it easier for workers and employers to find the right help fast. If we're asking that question, then all those other things around how do we update our data system and how do we create more kind of streamlined operations so that the job seeker doesn't have to fill out four forms. Those things follow, I think, when we start to ask some of those simple questions about just improving that experience of the person who both knocks on the physical front door and knocks on our proverbial front door.
No, I love that. And I think what I'm hearing across from all of you is workforce isn't just service, right? It comes from, hey, yes, they do offer wraparound services, but it's engagement. It's really building the system around how we get people, quality people into quality jobs and all in between.